Hey everybody, Wayne here. In today's Recon, we're going to take a look at Drive on Suez, which is a solitaire war game published in World at War number 78, June, July 2021. So this is a pretty new game as I'm filming this. In fact, it just came out. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. I've definitely been waiting. Anytime I see a solitaire game coming from Joseph Miranda, by the way, this is Joseph Miranda, I always feel like, hey, I want to check it out at least. So he's got a lot of good games. He's got some where the rules are a little iffy, but he's also got a lot of good ones. So that's what we're going to take a look at this one. All right, apologies for the break there. You probably heard my dog barking on my backyard. Had to stop her. Okay, on to the game itself. So we're going to have, it's a magazine game, like I said, World at War number 78. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of good information in the magazine. That's the nice thing of these games. You know, you get them and you usually have not just a game, right? You're going to have like supporting articles, history, research, etc., which I always can appreciate. I imagine pretty standard World at War issue. Take a look at the contents quick. So you're getting features: Drive on Suez, Rommel Drives Deep, 1942. In the last week of June 1942, Erwin Rommel launched his final drive in Egypt. His objective was the Suez Canal, and beyond that, the oil fields in the Middle East. With the capture of these objectives, the Desert Fox anticipated a victory for the Axis powers in Europe. Dilemma was getting into Suez. So, American fighter commander, British Marine on the Metastasis line. I don't know. City of Blood. Interesting. So, different articles. Yeah, the ammunition rules here. Again, you know, I'm not going to dive. Well, here we go. We got an article on the actual. So fantastic, and you got some history there. And I don't know a ton about the North African campaign in general. We have our rules for the game itself. I imagine it'll be something like 16 pages. Usually what these magazine rules are, I think, is they're always exactly 16 pages, I think is what it is. Let's see. Where are they at? Yep, exactly 16 pages. So, and of course, I love the fact that they do this, is the rules. I'm not going to take them out at the moment, but you can see, hopefully you can see, they're not stapled in. They actually are, boom. There's like a light adhesive strip. Actually, there you go. Get them out right now. So instead of having to undo the staples for your magazine, you can go ahead and just undo this little like strip of adhesive. Boom! Now you have the rules out of the magazine, all ready to go on their own, and they're stapled themselves. But I love that. Boom, done. Like I got the rules. That I love. Every other magazine war game needs to do that. Anyway, we'll look at those in a second. So some more articles, things like that. We're just trying to check it out a little bit. Design Corner, Drive on Suez. So Joseph Miranda talk about his design. Fantastic. Lots of good stuff in here. Again, we're not just going to sit there and read through it, but what was that one? So war plan and correlation of forces and means. Okay. All right. So lots of good stuff in here. Look forward to reading through, skimming through the magazine itself. So now let's take a look at the game. We're going to have full sheet of counters. We got the map here. Obviously, you guys can already see. We have our counters here. Let's go ahead and look at the rulebook first. 16 pages, full color. I imagine if it's the traditional style, these will have some examples of the counters, things like that. Maybe not a lot of picture examples of the game, but you'll definitely see. You see different counters in here, give you an idea what they are, set up. And then because it is a solitaire game, Joseph Miranda solitaire game, you can tell it has a really extensive sequence of play. He likes to have a nice long sequence of play, which is fine. I mean, we're looking for that type of game anyway, right? So for instance, sequence of play here you can see begins up here, runs through all these different phases, and then you can go ahead and you can start here. Tells you to begin, and then you go ahead and begin, and they should be listed in order. Looks like they are. Yep, so this is fantastic. So basically you have your sequence of play here. I usually make an extra copy of this sheet, put it up somewhere so I can see it. And then as you run through the game, you're gonna run through, and it's gonna be all in order of how the turns go. So very easy to run through. And then let's see the actual rules, because I know there's a bunch of optional rules. So you get to the end. Let's see, winning a battle, okay, supply units, refit, tactical air support. Okay, there's not as many. I thought there was a bunch of optional rules. Maybe the optional rules are online. Maybe that's kind of the thing. Or maybe they're in here. I don't know. Having a little difficulty figuring it out here quick, and I don't want to spend all day looking through the rulebook here for you guys. Anyway, the rulebook's good here. It should be pretty standard. I can't say for sure it's good, but pretty standard. It's got, everything, like I said, it's in color. Very nice. It doesn't look too complicated, anything like that. Definitely going to be playing this one, I'll tell you that. So let's look at the counters. Ooh, they're actually thick. These are nice, thick counters. Usually the war games, or excuse me, the magazine war games have the thinner, like, white stock. Here you can see it's a little browner cardboard, so it's definitely a thicker counter, and they're definitely ready to go too. Boom, they are ready to be punched out. So, woo, we're losing them. Boom, so they're coming out. Good size too. So this is what would this be? I can't remember. What's the size of this? It's definitely not. It's like 5/8 maybe. It's definitely larger than a 1/2 inch. I'll just tell you that. And like I said, nice, pretty good thickness on these too. So these are gonna be nice counters on this map. You can see the German forces. We got Rommel. We got air support. Italian troops. Axis support down here. Support markers. Axis control. And then obviously you have the Allied units over here. Interesting with the big red color for them. Very interesting. Will definitely stand out, that's for sure. Allied bulletin, Axis bulletin. Very interesting. And I imagine, yep, so double-sided. Okay, so you can see the Allied ones here. They have the question mark on the back, so I assume you'll have them flipped over. So you never know exactly what strength point they're going to be dealing with. So, all right, let's go ahead and set these aside as my counters are going wild over here. Hey, sometimes that's not a bad thing. Looking forward to the ease of punching these and being able to play them. Yeah, they're gonna look great. Very nice, very simple. Simple artwork and all that, obviously. Simple counter design, but looks like they'll be nice, big, thick, easy to pick up, very readable when we have them down on this map, which, let's go ahead. We may have to get the old plexi out on this one. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, so let me just kind of set it like this. Show you guys. So you are seeing the top of the map. We have the bottom down here. It's a regular size map, the 22 by 32, whatever it would be. You have support boxes or holding boxes over here. The Desert Fox Index, bunch of tables, bunch of charts, bunch of tables and charts all in here, but more holding boxes over here. Everything's laid out. It's Solitaire games. Everything's laid out for you to sit here, which is beautiful. And I do not mind having all these charts on here because if you look, the actual play area, I'm trying to see if you guys can get it all in here just nice with these without me having to go too right, is not that huge. So look, so yep, so now we have it on you guys can see. So this is the whole play area. There's no other map below here. So you have this play area, very easily reachable from when you're sitting here. And it really only takes up, what, less than a third basically of the map area. So you're gonna be able to reach everything super easily, super nicely, not all extended all over the place. But then you're gonna get the advantage of all these charts, having them available on here as opposed to flipping through the rulebook as much. I really appreciate that. I love that because I have played a couple of these magazine games that were Solitaire that felt like they used the entire map for no reason. I mean, even this, like, look, you can see how big each space is, and the counters are definitely they'll fit in there perfectly. You can see, very nice. But I've seen some ones where they're bigger spots, and then you it almost feels like it was blown up for no reason, just take up the whole map. Here, looks like you're gonna have, the area, and obviously to look at it, you're seeing, well, Mediterranean Sea right here. We've got Egypt, trying to just get a good Suez City, Cairo, Tobruk's, right? So it's starting where the Axis have taken Tobruk and are now working their way east. So beautiful, looks good. Map looks decent. I do like the fact also that he has Joe used map, and some of his maps are really nice looking. Some are very utilitarian, right? They're just very much just function, and that's it. This one though, obviously is very functional with the boxes, nothing fancy, but very clear with the terrain key here as well. But you can see there's, you got some artwork you got the Nile Delta here. You can kind of see some of the underneath it, some of the terrain, which, hey, let's be honest, when you have a bunch of desert, there's not a whole lot to cover anyway, but you can see some terrain features kind of in the background, add a little bit of flavor to it. So definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, so that is Drive on Suez. This is Rommel Drives Deep, 1942. Solitaire game from Joseph Miranda in World of War number 78. Definitely looking forward to this one. Should be the next game I'm covering on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this recon of the game. Let me know what you think. Definitely, I will be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised. I was worried the map may be a little bit more like blah. Actually, it looks good, especially looks good. And I love the fact this, I think I'm going to like this layout here. You know, having the charts available for Solitaire, I always think is a nice thing, but having the play area itself closer to where you're sitting, big thumbs up on that. When I'm playing solo, I hate having to reach, you know, a huge map for no reason, especially. So I'm excited about that. All right, yeah, we're at 8 minutes or 10 minutes. So let's wrap it up here. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe if you haven't, all that good stuff. Definitely be taking a look at this game in the future. So till next time, guys, later.